Gotcha. You know, I might have forgot to respond to you, Cosmo. It's been kind of a weird couple days. Thanks for the luck. This week is kind of bad for me. I got a bunch of shit I'm kind of trying to figure out by day. Also, fixing my goddamn sleep schedule. But maybe next week we could work on it. This is Saturday, I think. You wanted to do a call about the Sapphire video, right? Which I'm down for. But as long as that's okay. It's just been kind of a Saturday. I'm glad that you're still interested in it, though. How did your runs go today? I thought you were. Excuse me, really? Jeez, it seems like you've been getting pooped on kind of lately. But yeah, Desert, I don't know if you are interested in maybe collabing on all endings. I'm probably going to look at doing that soon. I'm probably Sunday, Monday. I'm probably looking at something of an extended break from, not an extended break from Sapphire, but I got to walk away from it for a little bit. And so in that period of time, I'd like to wrap up New Game Plus runs. I have, I think, like 5 others besides this to route out and do runs of. And then I want to hit all endings. Because I would really love to be able to do... Dude, come on. I'd really love to be able to do... This is Monday, right? Yeah. I'd love to be able to do all endings at the next February marathon. No, I'm glad that you're keeping positive, Cosmo, because that is very true. You gotta just. I'm finding that you have to have that balance between, you know, being able to persevere, but also knowing when you're getting burned out. I'm getting a little bit burned out of Sapphire right now. Last night was just not. Wednesday. I played for all of about, you know, an hour and a half, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is not happening tonight. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's good. Shit, I forget. So this is Azure 1. Still gotta split the leaderboards. Keep forgetting about that. Because I do want to encourage some English competition. This game is just really inaccessible in Japanese. It's kind of not... Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to... I'm glad that we discussed splitting languages, because depending on the game, 64 is very accessible. You want to do that? I mean, I'll let you do it. I feel like I should do it. Not because... Right. Not because you can't do it, but I just don't want to make you do it. If you want to do it, you're more than welcome to, but I just didn't get around to it. But it's up to you. So you're going to split it for 64 too. I'm not married to doing any of that. Just it's yeah. I mean, Save the Homeland's probably one of the easier ones to do, so you can definitely do it. Because there's just much fewer runs on Save the Homeland, but there's quite a lot of subcategories. Well, I guess there's a lot of subcategories for. It's Friday, I said right, so that's 5 each. Yeah, I saw Odd Tom doing English runs lately, which is cool. I mean, I think that's a good idea, just because, you know, it's something that I think that the Pokemon series or community has always done right, and it has contributed to making Pokemon speedruns some of the most accessible. We're not the most widely known or talked about because we're not full of fucking, silly glitches, but anybody who wants to pick up a Pokemon run can literally just dust off their old red, gold, sapphire cartridge, whatever, and just play. You don't have to get it's not like fucking Wind Waker, you gotta get the fucking Italian version or whatever. It's not like that at all. Don't have to hack anything. You literally just. So I think I think it would be ideal for Harvest Moon to do that as well. So it's good that we talked about it. This is Saturday. But then for English, do we split it further into... Well, I guess we just leave a spot for console, right? And then somebody can put... Somebody can put a spot for whether they played on PS4 Virtual Console or whether they played on OG PS2. And of course, there's literally loading differences even among PS2 model. There's really no point in splitting up every last little... the problem is, my guess is you lose time. Or there are timing differences for loading zones between whether it's PS Fat, PS Slim. I know there's multiple models of even each of those. So. That's cool. I love HMSR, dude. that's why I want to do the race on Friday. If possible, it'd be cool to get in on it just because. This is Sunday. Once you figure out where the NPC movement in that, or like the schedules inside that first area there, you can pretty much tell what day it is just from who you see. So Parsley's over by the garden on Sundays. Mondays, I think there's nobody here. It's completely empty on Mondays. Also completely, and then we skip Tuesday, Thursday because Joe and Kurt are not here on Tuesday, Thursday. So you just have to make sure that you know if it's Tuesday or Thursday. It seems like it's been a little bit slow lately in HM, but that's just, I'm guessing just because it's summer and people are hopefully enjoying the weather. Yo, what's up, Sam? Okay, I hope I didn't miscount so far, so that should be 8. And then this was Monday. Should almost be rainy season. Tuesday, this would be rainy season. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no dice. It's ideal to get no rain at some point in there. Okay, this is bonded the 22nd. Or 20, yeah, 22nd. Yeah, I mean, if there's a way we can include as many people as possible and land is okay with delaying it or changing. Since Desert works so hard on that route, you know, I'm sure the notes are easy to understand, and you know, obviously he can help. You know, Lana and Desert can help with any questions, of course. But it would be cool to see as many people as possible kind of learn it and participate if possible. It is kind of a doozy though. I mean, it's a long category, but hell, I mean, you've been doing the 100% stuff lately, right? Sam? Well, yeah, but I think he cut out a lot of the trees. Or did you add trees? Desert. This is Wednesday. Please tell me I didn't lose count. I'll know if I... You added a lot. Okay, what were we planning before? We were planning 100 before? That's fucked. No. Yeah, it's not as bad as you think. $300. Okay, that's right. No, it was 250 or something. Yeah, I understand why. Because it was 250 because it was for the 2.5 hearts. This is Friday. So this will line up. Okay, well, we'll find out. At least these are... The nice thing about New Game Plus is you don't have to worry about any RNG. If I fucked up, it only took me 12 minutes to get through this part of the run, and I can just reset. Doesn't matter. Yep, so that's all. That should be 11. Today's Friday, the 26th. Yes, that's correct, because then this is Saturday, yeah, 22nd. Yep. And now, we're just going to gift Kurt. We just have 3 more tomatoes for Kurt, as long as I counted correctly. So the reason we do this is because Kurt gets +6. Kurt doesn't have any +6 gifts by default. They're all +4, and then you need to get him to at least 21 affection, and then a few of the gifts become +6 once he's past that threshold. And one of those is tomatoes. Tomatoes is the most easily accessible of those gifts. So this is kind of interesting. Is it worth it to do this? Actually, probably not. I should probably skip this. I should probably skip one day. I'm actually going to do that. So today's Sunday. Yeah, I should probably skip one day because I have to come up here on another Monday anyway. Actually, to come up on the Wednesday. No, I want to do it on the Friday, actually. Yeah, I want to do it on the Friday, and today's Sunday. So I'll sleep till Tuesday. Yeah, this worked out. You just have to kind of pay attention. It works out differently depending on, of course, depending on the rain. But so this is Monday, Tuesday. Need this for Joe to be at the lake for his 2 of his cutscenes. This is pretty much all fishing RNG. In fact, I think this day is the most of the RNG. You want 4 fish right away. It's probably worth it to just YOLO the small fish, but it's really annoying when you pull up trash. Like, literal, like, you know, boot or, you know, tin can or whatever. whatever. And unlike Magical Melody, you don't have to catch those things, which is crazy that that's actually in the part of the note for, did I say that already? That's fucking crazy. That took me a lot of time in that race. Okay, there's a medium. Actually, might be small. Please bite. Yeah, I kind of screwed the pooch on that one. These are so bad. I wish I knew if there was a trick to this. That's so dumb. I honestly hate that. Dude, please bite, dude. Please bite. Oh my god, please. Dude, okay. Dude. This is all just flat time loss. Just pure time loss. I just need you to bite the hook. Wow, dude. Actually insane. Are you kidding me, man? This is so dumb. Bite the hook, yeah, dude. Bite it. Wow. A minute of time off. Optimizing this one would be really annoying, just because you'd have to get perfect luck here. I'm just not about to reset for that. So stupid. Yeah, I know. Easily. I did easily as well. I don't know if you looked into at all the different locations, but there's definitely spots where you're more likely to get one piece of trash over the other. So, like, I can't remember, but I switched to a different location later in the run, and I got it, like, right away. And then as I was continuing to fish there, for other fish there, I got a bunch of, I continued to get that one piece of trash. I can't remember which boot it was. It was like right or left. So I don't know if you looked into that at all, but that would be like, dude, are you kidding me, man? This is like free PV anyway, as long as I get first try fish, but this is crazy. I've never had this much bad luck. Dude, bite the hook! Oh, what the fuck, dude? Bite it. I don't understand this. Who designed this fishing system? I've never seen another game with a fishing system like this, where the fish literally just sits there like dead weight, and you have almost no way to control your bobber at all. You can kind of like tug it slightly to either side, but you can't really control it that far. And once you've reeled in, you're fucked. Shit, that was it right there. Okay, there. Once you've reeled past the fish, there's no way to get it back out there, and it's not gonna fucking move. That's insane. Okay. Okay, well, this was really, really bad fishing. Probably could try some of these, but I go for slightly bigger ones because the small fish and the trash look almost exactly the same. So I tend to go for medium size. And occasionally it ends up being, it's hard to tell depending on how far away it is. I think that was 4. That's so dumb, dude. That is like, oh my god. Otherwise, this category is actually pretty reasonable. I guess we get a cutscene here. Okay, I did the right thing by saving. So this is Tuesday, so I'll actually sleep until Friday. And I don't really lose any time for that because I'm going to need to sleep until the full moon anyway, which will end up being the 14th. So we get our second cutscene here. This we can't skip, we have to watch. There was one on like the east side of town that I can't remember where it was. I should have saved my VOD from that race because then I could have figured out what it was. But yeah, that definitely kills the category for me as well. Everything else is actually pretty reasonable, and it's not like there's just a lot of fish, and the fishing system is pretty slow, I find. Also, the stamina system just sucks in that game. I mean, it's when they started really making stamina hard to come by. Okay, So now we sleep until Friday. Literally, it's sundown. That took all day to catch 4 fish. Yeah, literally, I know. Yeah, it's total bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, so it makes it, it would be a very, very, very unreasonable category to try and optimize. Wednesday, just don't give me rain. Thursday, Friday, okay. Okay, so then we have to come this way anyway to do the nighttime cutscene, so that's why I didn't gift Kurt. I have to give Kurt one more gift, but I saved it for this day because I have to come out here anyway. So this was actually a good play. These are the kinds of things it's hard to put into notes, so you kind of have to be familiar with the game a little bit to understand, you know. No, that's why it's dumb. That's why it's really annoying, because the difference between perfect and average and really bad is just a humongous amount of variance. Just enormous. Oh shit. Fucked up. Okay, I'm losing time for loading zones here. I gotta actually buy the... Should you wait outside first? I think I fucked this up. Yeah, I think you should buy the fishing pole first, then come give Kurt. But I can't remember if he's there after 10 a.m. I actually will have to test that after this run. And then it would be optimal in terms of by saving loading zones. I've honestly never gotten all photos. I tried to do it maybe a few years before I started speedrunning. Maybe midway through college. But I never did it. Fishing pole. Now we gotta catch 6 fish in about... Can't remember how much time it is, but it's like 9 in-game hours. Well, it'll end up being about 8 in-game hours. I think an in-game hour is 20 seconds or something like that. Do you really only have that? I feel like you have longer than that. And it's more than that. I need to remind myself. I think it's 25 seconds. Some weird number that doesn't divide properly. So then that would be... And they have to be large fish, which is annoying. Medium, large. Yep, and for some reason, sometimes the fish just doesn't spawn right next to the bobber, so it spawns already far away from it, so you just have to hope it drifts. I mean, it does have a little bit of drift to it, and it'll drift slightly down and bite the hook, but sometimes you just have to pray. In this case, it was perfect, because I could just easily float it right over the middle of the fish, and you're not... It's another strange thing where, you know, most other fishing systems in other games, you're aiming for the mouth of the fish, which would be at one end of the silhouette. But in this game, you're aiming for the middle of the fish. Very strange, but... Okay, see, so then you have to ask yourself, do I just recast? Yep, I just recast, because I could waste a bunch of time. I've only gotten 2? I think I got 2. I could waste a bunch of time trying to wait for it to drift into my bobber, or I could just recast. It's just annoying because they are fairly rare, the large fish. 6 of them. This could kill the run. I don't think. Was that large? I don't think. I think it was medium. Wow. Getting walled, bro. Are you serious? That's medium. Dude, here. Okay, there we go. So you can. There's a big difference. They're definitely wider. A large fish. No, no, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. It's a cloudy day too, so it's gonna be hard to see. Yes, 4. Please bite. Okay. There we go, there we go. I do wish that the music in this game was better. I mean, it's kind of grown on me, but it doesn't have nothing on, like, some of the Magical Melody tracks. Friends of Mineral Town, I mean, it just doesn't have, it's kind of dorky. It's sort of derpy soundtrack, to be honest. I mean, you get used to it, like I say, it's grown on me, but... Okay, that was actually, that was better near the end, and that's actually no time loss because I need to wait for a nighttime cutscene anyway. And Joe has to get into position, so now I literally just wait out here. And then I have to reload the area once I'm done. Only done it once casually prior to the exact requirement coming out. Nearly all of my playthroughs. Yeah, I think it was very, very poorly documented. So wait, was it not known by... I thought that Kirby Arm had... Because, you know, of course, I always talk about how you're the game facts guy. But, I thought that Kirby Arm's guide had it properly documented. Or was there still some inconsistencies? Yeah, no, I know you were, yeah. You're like probably 10 years older than me, I think. Got it. So then when was that? When did Kirby Arm's Guide come out? When is that like mid 2000s? Because I seem to remember it when I was going on GameFAQs and I got 64 in 2005. Early 2005 was when I got Harkin 64. So today was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's so bad. No! Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You have got to be fucking kidding me, dude. Okay, so what's today? Wednesday the 1st, plus 14 is Wednesday the 15th. So this is actually Tuesday, so I can't do it, I don't think. I think I actually have to do the 29th, so I just lost a lot of time. Because of 2 rainy fucking days. So we get the cutscene here. Hilarious. I can still PB, but that's, yeah, now suboptimal run. I'm probably going to do another one now. That's ridiculous. It's actually fucking ridiculous. Okay. Right, so this is Tuesday the 14th. Wednesday the 15th. I'll get this cutscene. 2011, okay. Damn, that's later than I thought. Okay, wow. Okay, so that must be around the time when I was looking into doing all photos, because that's about when I was in college. I started college in 2010. fuck, we're all old men now. Alright, so Wednesday the 15th. Now we sleep till the 29th. That is so dumb. That is literally so fucking dumb. So let's see how much time this wastes. So I have to sleep 14 extra days. Actually, 15 extra days. Well, technically it's more than that if I actually got a perfect run, but 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Literally like 30 seconds at time loss. Not surprised. So that means that's like a minute slower. I think ideally you could catch the fish on the 29th of spring. This is the 29th of summer, so this is actually 30 days. So that's like a minute at least of just sleeping. Sleeping in this game is really fast, but obviously in a new game plus run where it's otherwise basically completely optimized. You know, everything pre-planned, every RNG factored out to a large extent. You know, that's a lot of time. I'd like to try and get an optimal run. I optimized Goddess Dress pretty well. I'm actually really happy with how I did that. That was double talk strats, but still don't understand the affection system, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so I have to wait till sundown for this if it wasn't obvious. But... Scrolling through the cancer fest that is Twitter. Cancer, 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 meme, cancer, cancer, meme, meme, cancer. I follow NHK, which is like Japanese news. And I don't fucking know why, because I can't read Japanese very well. I really can't. And they're just like kanji, 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 kanji. I had no idea what this. Oh, kana. Oh, cool. Iijisu. Don't know where that is. Is that a country? A Showa? Maybe some kind of a city. Corona de baito. Don't know that. 排入 Daiharu. We're talking about part-time jobs getting fucked in the ass probably from Corona. Rip. Yeah, I know, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's practically Chinese, yeah. I mean, because I think the interesting thing is because it's kind of like Latin for English, Latin and Greek. Kind of learned technical language often derives from Latin and Greek. We don't use native English words for those things. You know, an example I heard one time is like, we call it literature, whereas if you were thinking in terms of Germanic words, you might call it bookcraft, you know. But we call it literature, and that's from Latin. And in Japanese, Chinese historically served the same role, and so in official capacities of journalism, politics, etc., it's just all Chinese. So I'm sure it's very readable to Chinese people, actually. So we have a big handicap learning Japanese because we're fucking Amerikajin. God, I hate this ending. I hate this. This is a reset if I don't get him here, by the way. Because I already took the second try in PD. Oh, bite it, come on. Oh, come on, big boy, come on. Are you kidding me? You're gonna do me like this? Really? They really did not think this ending through. This is actually one of the very few that they didn't make it easy. Like, let's say you got to the end of the year and you had gone mostly in on this ending and you were playing this casually and there was no guide, which, by the way, there are no guides. This could happen to you, and you didn't save. Oh, fuck, I'm fucked. I can't complete the ending. Whereas the other ones, they kind of make it so that you shouldn't run out of time. If you get to the end of the event path, you should have enough time to finish the ending. There's gonna be a reset because this motherfucker is just gonna... Like, he can just break off for no reason. Just no reason. And I think as soon as it hits midnight, he won't appear anymore. So this will be my last chance at him. Otherwise, I'll have to wait till midnight on another full moon night, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to reset. Obviously very slow regardless. I mean, if I had gotten proper luck, then like break off. I dare you. Seriously, I dare you. Break, break, break. God, I hate this fucking ending. This is so dumb. Okay. Hey, what's up, Zach? Wait. I was actually surprised at how many characters are directly shared. Like the seasons are, weekdays aren't, date month is though. So what are the weekdays in Chinese? Because that's interesting. Because the in Chinese, really. Because in Japanese it's elements. It's like alchemical elements. And actually, I think the reason they do that is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like the English days, the English names of the days come from Germanic mythology. So Wednesday, I think, I could be wrong. I'm positive that's the case, but I'm trying to think. Because in Japanese, Wednesday is Suiobi, water. The first character is water, Mizu. And then, so in English, I think that the god that's associated with the etymology for Wednesday, I think it's Odin's Day, Odin, like the god, like the Norse god. So I guess he's associated with water. I don't know. I just know that. Let me look this up. Tuesday is. Yeah. Okay, I see. Let me look this up. Okay, so this is PB, but I'll do another run because that was trash. Wednesday. So I think this is due to influence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Which is originally a calque of Day of Mercury. Yep. Okay, never mind. So I guess the etymology is more complicated than that, but well, we're talking about the days of the week, and like I said, I think the days of the week in Japanese come from Western influence. I'm actually gonna look this up now because it should say in. You have to have an etymology for this. Compound of suiyo. Oh yes. Okay, that makes sense. So it's actually not due to the water connection, but because the word for the planet Mercury in Japanese is suiyo. So they are the days, but then Wednesday is originally a calque of the Latin name for that day of the week, which is the day of Mercury. So when I say calque, I mean like, I think of an example of a calque. Calque. Calque is like, I'll just look at the definition. Can't really explain it. It's like taking an idiom in another language and then translating it word for word in your language. A word or phrase in a language formed by word for word or morpheme by morpheme translation of a word from another language. So the word watershed is a calque of the German Wasserscheide. However the hell you say that. I don't know. Do you have other examples of calques? Examples. What the fuck? Polish is so dumb. Flea market. Okay. Flea market is a translation of the French flea market. but it was formed from an idiom in that language, and then the idiom doesn't really mean anything to us, but we just translated it word for word. So it looks like the days of the week are a calc of the either the Latin or the English, and the English is a calc of the Latin anyway. So that's weird, because then that means that the names for the days of the week in Japanese must be not very old. Yeah. Yeah, the compound form suffix with he appears in common use from Meiji period, which is like Meiji period is like after Western contact. Well, after like English speaking contact. I think the Portuguese had contact with them in like the 1600s. Okay, so that was terrible. Yeah, this can definitely sub 45. Wow, Albert was right.